Hey folks, Mav's Dad here back with another watch review. Today we have the Seiko 100 m Kinetic Quartz watch, model number SKA727P1. And before I get into it, I want to thank the good folks over at Duty Free Island for this review unit. At Duty Free Island, you get duty-free, tax-free, and free worldwide shipping. They only sell 100% authentic and genuine Citizen, Seiko, Orient, Casio, and now Sunto watches, and they're a great bunch of folks to deal with. I highly recommend you go over to their site and check out all the fantastic watches they have for sale. As usual, we'll open this thing up, look at the fit and finish, the features and the functions, the build quality, and then I'll give you my impressions of this really nice kind of mid-range Seiko Kinetic watch. Typical Seiko box. God, I bet you I've opened 1,000 of these boxes. Anyway, there you go. Here's the watch. You have your manual down there. And for some reason, this one didn't come with the warranty card, which is a little bit odd. But anyway, there's your manual. And whenever you get a Seiko Kinetic watch, the manual is going to be green like that instead of blue. So there you go. All right. Okay, let's put this pillow back as well. Let's take a look at this thing. Now, as usual, I'll put all the specs on the left-hand side of the screen so we can check this thing out. All right, you're looking at a 42mm sandblasted stainless steel case. It's 12mm thick. It's on a 20mm nylon bracelet. It's 100 meters water resistant, which is 330 feet. It has a date indicator over there at 3 o'clock. It has a power reserve button up here at 2, and I'll demonstrate that for you. It has a hardlex crystal, just like just about all Seikos do. It has a 5M82 kinetic movement. It has a 6-month power reserve. It does have a see-through case back. There you go, really nice. And of course it has Lumibright all over the indexes and hands. So those are the basic specs of the watch. Let's go ahead and take a look at the case. Again, this is a sandblasted stainless steel case. And this is kind of from their field range of watches. They have automatic versions of these, they have just quartz versions of these, and now they have a kinetic version of these. They're putting out a lot of these kind of field style watches. And over on the left hand side of the screen, I'll go ahead and put up some pictures of those other types that they have, the automatics, the quartzes, and actually another different style of kinetic. And I'll put a couple of those pictures up on the left hand side of the screen for you. But a really simple case. Just kind of a nice finish, kind of that sandblasted finish. Nothing, nothing spectacular about it. It doesn't have a bezel. It just kind of has this ring here. Of course, that's non-movable. Even the buttons, the pushers, are also sandblasted, so you can take a look at there. And this is not going to get a screw-down crown. You're not going to have a crown protector because this is not a dive watch. So, probably just the most basic case you could ever see on a watch. Really interesting. So there you go. And of course, like I said, you get the see-through case back. You can see the rotor spinning around there. And that's something you don't normally see, obviously. Those copper coils, that's because this is a quartz movement. And that's actually what generates the electricity to charge the battery, because this is a kinetic. And for those not familiar with kinetic movements, basically it's quartz technology powered by a rotor. So basically what it is, it's a quartz movement inside that runs on electricity, but instead of having a battery, a disposable battery inside, this little rotor basically charges, it's kind of like it serves as an alternator. That alternator in turn charges the battery, which in turn runs the quartz movement. So whenever you move around, this rotor is basically making or generating electricity. So there you go. It's a little mini electrical generator inside. So there you go with that. Let's demonstrate this power reserve. And they say it's best to do it when it reaches at 12 o'clock because that'll give you a perfect representation of how much power is in reserve. This thing can go for 6 months on a full charge. So whenever the second hand gets up here to 12, I'm gonna go ahead and press this pusher over here at 2 o'clock. And depending on how far the second hand moves after that, that tells me how much charge the watch has left. So let's go ahead and wait a couple seconds till it gets up to 12. I'll go ahead and push it. There we go. Now it's gonna go. So there you go. That down at the bottom, if it had gone all the way to 6, that's a full 6 months. I think 4, is 3 months, I believe. If it had gone just to 1, it'd been like 4 or 5 days. To 2, it'd been like 10 days. 4, I think, is maybe 2 or 3 months. And of course, 6 is a full charge. And after it does that, it'll just go back to regular timekeeping. So that gives you an idea of how much charge the watch has left. And if you wear this regularly, you're really not going to have to worry about it because it's going to be constantly charging due to the movement of that rotor in there. So Again, really legible watch. Obviously, you have the chapter ring on the outside here with the markings. You have the Arabic numerals on the inside, and then you have a 24-hour time mat on the inner ring there. And 24-hour time is real easy to do. Just take whatever current time it is and subtract 12. For instance, if it says, if this is at 1800, that means it's 6 o'clock. If it's at 2200, that means it's 10 o'clock. And this actually does it for you because you can look right there on the dial and see. But that's a really easy way to tell military time. This watch is actually too small for me. I would try it on, but it's a little bit too small for me. You do have a sandblasted Seiko buckle here. Now, one thing about this watch I don't like, it's got one of these keepers right here that's sewn into the bracelet. This keeper right here will not move. As you can see, this one does. And I don't like it when they do that because then you have to, if you have extra bracelet, you have to loop it up real high and try to get it in this keeper. And I wish they would stop doing these sewn in keepers like there. But anyway, so let's go ahead and test the lume on this thing. I'm gonna go ahead and kill the studio light and we'll test the lume. This is not gonna be a real long review, as you can tell. This is not a super complicated watch. It's just your real kind of simple entry-level kinetic movement from Seiko. Very reliable, very well built. But it's not, it's not super complicated. You don't have a whole bunch of, day complications or chronograph feature or anything like that. There you go. Real simple lume. Obviously you see the indexes on the outside, just have the circle, have the little dot there. And then of course you see the hands and the back of the second hand have that little luminous green circle or little pip right there. I mean, there's no mistaking to tell what time it is, even in the dark on this thing. So I'm kind of surprised they didn't actually use Lumibright on the actual numbers. That would be kind of cool if they had done that. But anyway, you can still tell what time it is with no problem. So anyway, there's the lume on it. Your typical really good Seiko lume. So there you go. So that's really been about it, folks. You can get these for about $130 over at Amazon. And I'll put some links to some different models down in the description field, as well as the link to this particular model. There's another style face that you can get with this, but there's also, again, tons of different of these kind of field style Seiko watches they have. The automatics, the Quartz, the Kinetic, and Seiko's just pumping out a ton of these things, and they're really, really, really popular. I mean, just a really quality, well-built watch for $130 that you don't have to worry about changing a battery out. You get the benefit of the Quartz technology so far as the accurate timekeeping, with the also added benefit of it being a kinetic where you don't have to change the battery. So you really do get the best of both worlds, plus that cool display case back where you can see the rotor spinning around in there when you take the watch off. So that's been about it, folks. Again, this has been the Seiko 100-meter Kinetic Quartz watch, model number SKA727P1. And if you like this review, please click on like. If you want to subscribe to my channel, please do so. I really do appreciate all the new subscribers. There have been quite a few. I really, really do appreciate that. So anyway, that's it for this review. And until the next one, which I have quite a few more coming up, please stay tuned. I will check y'all later. Take care. Bye-bye.